It was Christmas 2016, Christmas Eve, in fact, when we actually received the diagnosis for Luke. And so not only did he have this leukemia issue, but he also had what was a deficiency in his chromosomal count. Diagnosis then meant that the likelihood of success of chemotherapy would be much more arduous, much more difficult to rely upon.
I was sitting there crying like, why is this happening to me? Why do I have this?
We thought, it's gonna be a routine ultrasound. You get to find out the sex of your baby. And then it wasn't. The umbilical cord, it was showing absent flow. So she wasn't getting enough of the nutrients to make her grow. We were visited by the neonatologist, and she said she came in at like 320 grams, and the smallest baby we had was about 400 grams. And she said, I don't even know if our, equipment would even be able to resuscitate her if we decide to have the C-section.
He went into the NICU because he couldn't swallow. And then on the 13th day of his life, they did a brain MRI, and doctor said he has lissencephaly. He's most likely not gonna live to see one. I felt like I got ran over by a truck, train, airplane, everything in between, and it was my happiest time of my life turned into the most devastating time of my life.
I went to regular mammogram, and they said they found something, a lump on the right side. So in the end, they found 5, and they're both scattered in both breasts. The verdict was, let's do a mastectomy. And after the surgery, I was in the recovery room, and then I started to have severe pains. I developed the hematoma, which is a very rare case. And I think that was the only time when I felt a fear of death.
I was born with a birth disorder called microtia, which is an underdeveloped ear on my right side. Dealing with those insecurities from a young age and a lot of people having a lot of questions, it kind of was easier for me to grow out my hair and not have them look at my ear.
That Monday, November 9th, we had our ultrasound in the morning, and when we did the ultrasound, she was like, okay, she's like 390. I was like, okay, I have to have the C-section. I feel it, like, I think it's time. I just remember turning to my husband and saying, is it okay that she come out? Like, are we okay? And Dr. Ralabandi turned to us and she's like, I got it in. Like, I was able to intubate her. And, that's like the best news ever.
The doctor just said, take him home, give him the best quality of life, and if he is still thriving in a couple months, you can come back and get the G-tube surgery for him. He was doing great, so we went back for the G-tube surgery. He took it like a champ, no problem. And then a couple months later, we went back for the cleft lip surgery, no problem. To me, he is the best case scenario for a child with lissencephaly.
I've had 4 surgeries done on my ear, and the first 3 surgeries were cosmetic surgeries, and the 4th surgery that I've had was the most recent surgery, which was the cochlear implant. The first moment when I first heard sound, it was definitely emotional.
We engaged the Hawaii Bone Marrow Donor Registry, so it turned out that I was the best match for him because I had the same blood type as Luke. The moment where we realized that the transplant was successful and engraftment had actually occurred, that was a day of hope, absolutely.
When I saw the wall of hope, I was just so amazed. I felt reverence to these people who have survived.
I love the fact that it's called Wall of Hope because it gives all the families hope. And to see that everybody's struggles and challenges are different, but you can relate to the dynamics of the families or the feelings, the emotions that they go through.
The Wall of Hope is kind of like one of those things that just remind you that you're allowed to hope, and that hope is like the light in when you're surrounded by darkness.
When I was first told that I was going to be on the Wall of Hope, I thought it was such a privilege to spread light to everybody that they can get through whatever it is that they're going through and that everything is going to be okay.
I feel happy to be on the Wall of Hope and let people look up at me, and when they look at me, he did it, so my child can do it too.
I'm just happy and grateful, and I just hope that Skylar can help, as many families as possible to let them know that they're not alone and that there's hope.
For my experience, hope has never left me. There was a lot of emotion that came from the experience that I've experienced having the cancer. And I'm just really, really grateful that I'm able to speak up about it and to paint about it, to write about it, being a survivor.
I'm the first person to receive the cochlear implant in Hawaii, in the state of Hawaii. It has definitely changed my life. I feel so happy that other people will be able to have this process done to them and be able to, change more lives.
We're good. We're good. I mean, it's a long journey, but we're good. We made it. We made it one step, and we just have to keep taking one step forward.
You just got to keep trying and never give up hope. Never give in to the fact of, well, it's useless or it's beyond hope. There's always another day coming, and there's always another day to keep on trying.